Hello and welcome. You're watching the Wednesday edition of This Is Exclusive with me, Shavinson. Ladies and gentlemen, today on This Is Exclusive, we bring to you three stories that no other channel has brought to you. First, we decode how 11 Indian students were mysteriously dead in the United States of America. That's our story number one, where we take you through not only what the family members have to say, and also what perhaps was the reason behind these deaths that took place in the United States of America. Let's take you through the second story that is coming up. The other story is from Kerala, where there's a massive furore after the churches in Kerala agreed to air the Kerala story. And for the first time, you have Father George joining us on this broadcast. Let's take you through the third story that we're going to get to you, the exclusive interview. That with the RLD chief Jayant Chaudhary. For the first time, Jayant Chaudhary opens up about his discomfort with the alliance that he had with the Samajwadi Party. But up first, let's also take you through the headlines we are tracking at this hour. Day after High Court says Kejriwal is involved in Liquorgate conspiracy, Delhi Minister Raj Kumar Anand resigns. Aam Aadmi Party meanwhile is on the back foot, says more leaders will resign. Prime Minister leads BJP's fierce campaign in Tamil Nadu, invokes J. Jayalalitha. Prime Minister's Tamil Nadu campaign continues, spotlight on K. Annamalai. BJP drops sitting parliamentarian Kiran Kher from Chandigarh in the 10th candidates list. Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar sues Shashi Tharoor for defamation. Ladies and gentlemen, many Indian students dream of studying in the United States of America. It represents a chance perhaps to gain world-class education and career opportunities. However, there are factors that could turn the American dream into a complete nightmare for the Indian students. Now, that is because the spike in the deaths of Indian origin students in the United States of America highlights these risks. The body of an Indian origin student who was missing for a month was found in Ohio on 9th of April. This takes the number of deaths of Indian and Indian origin students in the United States of America in 2024 to 11. And we are just in the fourth month of the year. So the question that we are essentially asking here is, education in the United States of America, but at the cost of life, is certainly unacceptable. Republic on the hunt for the parents of these Indian students travelled from Hyderabad to Haryana to get a sense of whether at all there has been any sort of assistance that has been provided to the family members, and whether at all this is yet another case of racial discrimination that has taken place. All this and much more in this detailed report filed by my colleague Soumya and Aneri.
25-year-old Muhammad Abdul Arfat, an Indian student who went missing last month, was found dead in Cleveland, Ohio on Tuesday. Hailing from Hyderabad, Arfat was pursuing a master's in IT from Cleveland University. His death adds to a string of incidents involving Indian origin students in the US. The concerns regarding Indian students in the United States have spiraled tremendously. This following back-to-back deaths of students migrating for higher education in America. As of April 9th, at least 11 of them have already lost their lives, with some dying naturally, while some mysteriously. Republic is on a mission to find out the reason behind these mysterious deaths of these Indian students. Republic wrote to the US Embassy, who had to say that they express deepest condolences to the families. and that safeguarding students and protecting their well-being is a top priority of US college and university administrators. Republic, on the trail of the parents of these Indian students, reached Hyderabad. Weeping parents of the 25-year-old Muhammad Abdul Arfat narrated their heart-wrenching story.
नहीं आया मैम, कल ही तो परसों हुई ना बात, अभी रिप्लाई कुछ नहीं आया, अभी कोशिश चल रही है, वहाँ पे बोल रहे चल रही कोशिश हो रही है, बोल के बोले इंडियन एम्बेसी भी मदद, वो बोले कि ओके हम लोग हम आपको हर चीज़ के लिए हम कर सकते हैं, कोई हमके लिए कोई एतराज़ नहीं है, बोले ओके बोले उन्होंने, बस ये आने जाने में क्या है, कितने दिन टाइम लगता, हमको जल्द से जल्द मेरे बेटे का बॉडी मेरे घर पहुँचा दीजिए.
From Hyderabad to Haryana, Republic spoke to the parents of Indian students who went overseas with a dream in their eye. But then either went mysteriously missing or dead. Hailing from Haryana, Vivek Saini, an MBA student in Georgia's Lithuania, was a part-time clerk at a convenience store that sheltered Julian Faulkner, a homeless drug addict. He had shown kindness to a homeless man. The day he stopped helping him, he killed him brutally. Republic travelled all the way to Haryana to speak to the family members of Vivek.
ट्रू कैसे मैम, किसी ने उसकी मेडिकल रिपोर्ट देखी है या वहाँ की पुलिस ने कुछ कहा है रिपोर्ट्स में कि वो ड्रग एडिक्टेड था या उस टाइम जो भी था, किसी ने कुछ देखा है ऐसा? ये सिर्फ इंडियंस की रिपोर्ट है, जो सुना है वो आगे बोल देना है ऐसे ही, और ये बहुत गलत है. बिना उसकी मेडिकल रिपोर्ट्स के ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे हो? अगर वो ड्रग एडिक्टेड था तो 2 दिन से कहाँ से आ रहे थे उसके बाद ड्रग्स?
These were just 2 desperate appeals by the parents who want nothing but their child back. The Indian diaspora has called for action over the spike in death of Indian students in the US. The mysterious death of the Indians has raised many eyebrows and highlighted big concerns. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Let's now take you to the second exclusive that we're getting to you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a church in Kerala recently screened the contentious movie The Kerala Story, directed by Sudipto Sen, for teenagers as part of what they called an intensive training program. The Idukki Diocese, under the prominent Syro-Malabar Catholic Church, screened the movie for students studying in Standard 10, 11 and 12 and asked them to discuss the film and write a review. The church screened the movie after national broadcaster Doordarshan. Now, the screening of the movie triggered a massive row, following which the diocese claimed that the movie was shown to create awareness about love relationships and its consequences and dangers. In fact, the diocese's media in charge essentially indicated that they conduct this only to ensure that there is more information about the movie. In fact, Republic TV has also reached out to yet another diocese in Kerala, which is now coming in full support of Idukki. In fact, Father George has opened up for the first time, simply saying that the reason why they are going to show Kerala Story once again is because they want to conduct an intensive training program for children every year during vacations. Father George, who's the director of KCYM, spoke to us a short while back saying that it isn't a propaganda film, rather it is the reality of Kerala which ought to be shown. Listen to this exclusive conversation with Father George. There's been a massive furore in Kerala over the screening of the Kerala Story. First, it was whether at all Doordarshan should be allowed to screen the Kerala Story or not. And now, wading into the controversy are the churches in Kerala. Joining us on this is exclusive is Father George. Father George, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. As I understand, the church that you are affiliated to is also now planning to screen the Kerala Story. This after the backlash that we saw after the Idukki Church actually decided to screen the Kerala Story. So the first, I would like to know from you, why exactly is the church really planning to screen the Kerala Story?
Yeah, sure. First of all, this film is not a banned one. We are permitted to show it everywhere to anyone in Kerala. There is no ban at all. So first of all, I have to clarify that this is not a banned film. As part of Idiki diocese, they have showed in their catechetical program, which was also in last days. I think it is on April 4th. They have showed this to the catechetical students. This is the context of the problem. Here, after that incident, here the left and right political parties turned against Idukki diocese, and they promoted a campaign against Idukki diocese. I think this is something violence happened here against Idukki diocese. So our diocese, Tamarasheri diocese, raised the voice, and we have made a protest against this. Actually, we made a support to we gave a support to Idukki diocese because they cannot.
You're saying, Father George, you're saying that this is a support that you're extending to the Idukki diocese, but the question that many are asking is that you plan to show this film to children. This has been certified as an A-rated film after multiple cuts, roughly about 10 cuts in the year May 2023. Despite that, the church believes that they can show this film to children. Is that permissible? Because this could be a violation of the Cinematograph Act.
Yeah, please understand that it is shown to 12th standard students only. I think it is showed in Idukki diocese only to the 12th standard students only. Not to minor students. Many of them are, I think, 18 plus students. Then in Tamarasheri diocese, we are showing is only to youth who are above 18, not to minors. So I think there is no problem in it. Some fraternity movement and at all filed cases against this problem to childline and much other way. I think there is no problem in that. Then one other thing is that if in Doordarshan it is showed publicly to all people to see it, then what is the problem in it showing to all?
Father George, many would also now argue that by showing this film, is the church taking a position as far as love jihad is concerned? And the fact of the matter is that many would then ask, what have you essentially done in terms of documenting the cases of love jihad?
Yeah, sure. In media, you are taking is love jihad is first of all in a wrong way. The definition of love jihad is something different, I think, because we have dealt a lot of cases, especially in our diocese, in our one special ministry that recovering such kind of incidents, such kind of ladies. Around 320 cases we have dealt within last 5 years. In these cases, I have understood that love jihad, the term must be explained as not a recruitment to Afghanistan or any Arab countries, but it is actually its prime aim is conversion. That has happened in a lot of cases here. If love relationship is meant for a good life, for a happy life, other than it goes to some other theological concepts, I think it is wrong if it is done by any religion. That's my position. The love relationship
Father
must
George,
lead for... Yeah.
Right. Father George, Kerala Chief Minister, Mr. Vijayan, says that Kerala Story is a propaganda film. Would you agree with the position that has been taken by the Chief Minister, or would you say that it is imperative that the Church actually shows people of Kerala, children of Kerala, the reality, because you believe that this is a real story and perhaps it should be shown to many others?
Yeah, this film express a real story which has happened in many of our girls, especially in Trivandrum, Trivandrum-based girl Nimisha Nair, Ernakulam-based Sonia Sebastian, Marin Jacob. Such a girls are trapped in such a way and taken to Arab countries, and they are living now in Afghanistan. A few examples are here in such a way in which the film presents. Maybe some fictions may be presented in that film, but almost the first steps in my view, almost the first steps of trafficking or tracking these students are very clear and very correct correctly presented in that film. I think. Chief Minister have said about many of the recruitments which has happened from Kerala in last 2-3 years. That is above 100. Many of them are men's. NIA has arrested around 142 people, which is who are related to IS directly from Kerala last years. So such kind of recruitment and terrorist relationships are very live in Kerala. But I say that such kind of love jihad issue not at all related to such kind of recruitment. It is its final aim is conversion. Here the problem is I have raised just a minute ago is that there is a theological based love relationship has maintained here by the support many associations, many Muslim associations. That makes some trouble in our people, in our girls, some worries in parents, and in many cases parents has no connection after their marriage. Not at all. They couldn't call them or they couldn't connect to them. That is a great problem. It's always relation between two families, but here it is happening some kind of kidnapping, a lawful kidnapping. So that is something wrong way, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Father George, for joining us on this broadcast and explaining your perspective on this entire matter. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle for 2024 is only getting fierce, and Republic is on the campaign trail. This time with Rashtriya Lokdal chief Jayant Chaudhary. In a conversation with Republic TV, he's hit out at his ex-ally Samajwadi Party, saying it used to give up the Queen and take away the King. In fact, this is for the first time Jayant Chaudhary openly talks about the India alliance and why exactly he decided to shift allegiance and, more importantly, join along with the Bharatiya Janata Party. Listen to what Jayant Chaudhary had to say.
Political parties are all out and campaigning on field. Election mood is electric and enthusiasm is high. Right now we are in the election rut. My first question to you, was it possible 2014-19 Sanjeev Balyan has won in this Jat belt? What led this shift of yours? 2 years back you campaigned here in different election rut with Akhilesh Yadav. Today you are here with Sanjeev Balyan.
Listen, politics is not about personal likes, dislikes and equations. Of course it helps if at the highest level there is a good camaraderie and emotional connect, but you're doing politics for issues. What are the issues that are important for the grassroots? Looking at the well-being of the country, looking at the direction of the country, looking at the historic mandate that BJP is seeking, the way it's engaging with its alliances, the way it's expanding its footprint across the country, it was pretty clear for any political observer that BJP is gaining traction. NDA is gaining strength. Given that circumstance, it was important that RLD and in particular Western Uttar Pradesh, farmers and young people of this region, women of this region, have a stake in the mainstream. Which is why we've taken the decision. We made a new alliance It's a new alliance, but it's a partner who we worked with in the past.
You are the torch bearer of RLD. Your thoughts are entrenched with the farmers community. Was it easy to come and alliance with NDA? Because there were several questions which were being raised when you came and had an alliance with NDA.
See, comfort takes time, even at the grassroots. You know, people who have been managing the booth and who've been looking at each other as political opponents for a long time, takes time for them to adjust to each other, to understand that we are both working for mutual benefit. But at the end of the day, alliances are made to benefit yourself. But if you're not giving anything to the other party is not going to want to align with you. Therefore, I appeal to all RLD workers to put aside their personal differences in the larger interest. We must honestly abide by the decision that has been taken and strengthen NDA.
I understand there could be disagreements with Akhilesh Yadav or an India alliance. But what exactly took you to take this sudden decision? Was it after Bharat Ratna, or you were already, thinking about it after the 2 meetings of INDA?
People of Muzaffarnagar know exactly what the reason was why I broke the alliance with Samajwadi. I think that's all that needs to be said on that issue.
One more thing, continuously Samajwadi Party's leaders are stating that this is not a natural alliance. Eventually, Jayant Chaudhary will come back and return to its own party and return to the alliance with Samajwadi Party. Akhilesh Yadav also recently took a pot shot at you. How would you like to respond to everything?
It is an election time. People say these things. It's not getting under my skin. I am very clear. I have clarity in my decision making, and I take into account what is going to happen, what I perceive is going to happen in the near term, medium term future, which is why I've taken this decision. It is for the Samajwadi to come and campaign. They've not even started the campaign. Today, in one day, I've touched 3 Lok Sabhas. Right now, we're in Muzaffarnagar. Before this, I was in Kairana. In the end of the day, by night, I'll be in Bijnor Parliament. Till now, only 7 days left to campaigning. Not one program has been done by India. So that India alliance appears to be on paper, nowhere on the ground. Thank you.
One last question to you, Jayantji. One last question. So what are you bringing in plate for Sanjeev Balyan? Are you assured and how confident are you of this victory?
Our voters are very, they understand the equation. They've understood exactly the reasons for me taking the decision. And they're very honestly putting all their efforts towards ensuring a win, a big win in Muzaffarnagar. Thank you.
So this is Jayant Chaudhary speaking exclusively to Republic, as this is the election rath of Jayant Chaudhary and Sanjeev Balyan, and this rath is made in a way that they are campaigning in this election rath only and meeting the public and citizens of Muzaffarnagar. Right now we are following Jayant Chaudhary, as this is a campaign trail, a special broadcast, election broadcast, where Jayant Chaudhary is very confident that Sanjeev Balyan is going to retain the seat of Muzaffarnagar once again.
Well, that's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive.